Chronicles of the Fourth Line. Hold on. I'm just sitting on the bench with your line mates in mine. I forgot how to play it this time. But I'm riding the pine, riding the pine, with Punchy Langer in summertime.
And welcome back. Here we are. Episode 16 of Ridin Pine.
I forgot how to play it.
Chronicles of the Fourth Line, brought to you by the Hockey House. It's been a whole week, and I think Langer forgot our intro song just a touch. But here we are. We are the Fourth Line. This is Punchy, Langer, and Summertime. How's everybody doing tonight? How you doing tonight, Summer?
What is it?
Yeah, good.
But maybe you're in South America there, and there was a tape delay.
Yeah, a little bit. I had to think about it.
A little bit different. We're out of the press box. We're back on the bench tonight, so we're back to hockey topics again. We got a couple weird ones to go through tonight. Some of the neatest unsung jobs in the game of hockey. Some of the weirdest jobs in the game of hockey. Some of the most memorable guys who had jobs in the world of hockey. And, you know, one of those dream jobs that maybe you could have one day. So we'll touch on a little bit of that. But Langer, what do you got for warm-ups, man?
Well, I was thinking today on the way home from work, what do you guys think is gay? Now hold on a second, because I figured you were going to give me that reaction. So I was just thinking about it today, because I was visiting one of my students, and he was telling me that everything he's doing at school is, like, gay. Now, everyone's going to freak out because it's PC, but we're a very liberal program here. So I'm going to tell you. So, for me, sometimes, like, where's he going? For me, like, there's four, like...
We're just sitting at the bus.
So gay is like a homonym, right? It's like book and book. So it's spelled the same, but has different meaning, right? So you can open a book, or you can book reservations, or... You know, you can pen a letter, or you can put, like, your dog in a pen, right? So it's, everyone's like, oh, it's whatever. But for me, it's one of the four words to describe something that you don't like. So something can suck, okay, it's shitty, it's fucked, or it's gay. So those are the four things you can say. But, right, so if it's shitty, like, that's negative. But if something's gay, it's like, it's stupid. Like... You know?
Yeah.
I was just thinking about stuff that's
I can see it.
gay. Like the trapezoid rule in hockey's gay. Like, that's a gay rule.
Yeah,
it is a bit gay. You're right.
You know?
Yeah, it was to stop Martin Brodeur, basically.
But it's gay though.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. Trying to stop guys like going and laying lumber in the corner.
Like the fact that
you know what also is a bit gay is the delay game rule. I think it's a bit gay. You know,
think it's
like a
guy
shoots the puck over the gate. Well, I mean, nobody does it intentionally.
No, I know.
Right? I mean,
and if you do it intentionally, you're kind of gay.
We can't change on an icing in men's league. That's gay.
Yeah, that's.
It's like when you go to like a
a
McDonald's or something. I think it's gay. You have to ask for ketchup. Like,
yeah.
That's using gay in a totally
Well, it's dumb and stupid. It's like they should give it to you, or go the Wendy's route, and you can just get your own.
Yeah.
Or like one pop.
True.
Like, that's gay.
Right.
Pop costs nothing.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're in there with your bottle of whiskey.
Yes.
Like, just give me some more pop. Don't be gay.
That's right. Cheap. Yeah,
So,
good call.
I don't know. You can.
What was the question?
Well, so I was thinking.
What was the
I was thinking about
what about steel straws? Like,
they're not as gay as paper straws.
Steel straws?
Yeah.
Paper.
Paper
But
straws.
you got a
are
time
gay.
limit then, because it's going to get all soggy and not work anymore.
I guess. I haven't had a straw that has or that I found a time limit for, anyways, yet.
Okay.
But,
sometimes if you got a slushy, it doesn't last. No screens on the windows.
Okay, right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no screens on windows.
What?
Yeah.
No screens on the windows.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Because it's
T-blades.
That is gay. A screen
T-blades?
door.
Yeah.
T-blades. Yeah. Yeah.
T-blades. What is that? Thunder blades?
It's like
they make
they're
like,
like the circles, little circles on the bottom of your skate. It's like a bunch of little circles.
so instead of sharpening
gay, I don't
the
even know what
blade,
it is.
you get replacement blade. Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's gay.
that's it, and you get a replacement blade. Yeah, and they just click onto your bottom of your skate.
Yeah. Okay,
But
that's
they make a really strange sound when you're skating. It's a bit weird.
Yeah,
it
they
is
do.
gay.
it's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty gay.
I think goalies that go down all the
It's
time.
gay.
I saw some more of that nonsense on the weekend. I'm like, stop playing so gay.
They're gay.
Stand on your feet. Like, you know, you get all this, I don't know.
Well, I was watching Price today on what's his name? It's like Clifton, defenseman. He's like 7 foot fucking something for Winnipeg.
Oh
He
yeah,
got
yeah.
their 2 goals today. I think
Yeah.
it is Clifton. Is it Clifton?
Wonder
Yeah.
Clifton?
Yeah, it is
Um,
Clifton, yeah.
His first goal, he beat Price top shelf short side, and I watched Price. He went down on the shot, went over his shoulder, but like literally, Price when he went down from when he was standing up, there was not even like 2 inches difference
Yeah,
in the corner. You know,
I
what
just
I'm
think they
talking
can judge.
about?
I think they can judge it quicker than they do. But my buddy's like, they're so comfortable to go down now, and it's just whatever. I don't know.
Well,
It's kind of the
that's
style, right? It's
Yeah.
a totally different style, and it doesn't cover enough net.
I the only equivalent I can think
Well-
of is how guys have to stick handle when they're not doing anything. You know what I mean? It used to be you dangle when you're going around someone
Yeah.
and carry the puck. And now McKinnon is he's like the video game guy who's just constantly back and forth. I'm like, what are you doing? It reminds me of a guy playing darts just like doing this the whole time. It's like you're either throwing it or you're going to not throw. So relax.
That's it.
Quit being gay.
Yeah, that's just gay.
Yeah, I hear you on the
Just shoot.
McKinnon thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like
Everyone does
McKinnon. It's like he's winding up.
He is
you
a
know? It's
video
like
game
he's like-
man.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I don't know. I just when I see him do it,
Like-
I would
But
just
going
drop my
back
stick.
to
at my
the
feet.
goalie going down, there was a goal in that series where I can't remember. I think it was Landeskog. Somebody tipped it right in front of who's the goalie for the Avs? What's his name?
Grubauer.
Come on. Grubauer.
Grubauer.
Yeah. So Grubauer,
Grubauer.
stood up because it was a high shot. It was coming into the shoulder, and somebody tipped it and went 5-hole underneath him. Did you guys?
Yeah, I remember that.
one?
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. That's. I mean,
So
that's tough.
if he had gone down in the butterfly, he would have got that.
Yeah.
But he didn't, and
I
he
get-
looked foolish, right? He looked like when he tipped it and went between his legs, he sort of fell back a little backwards.
Yeah.
He looked like he was off balance, But anyways, sorry. There's the
No, it's the way they
argument
go. And again, if you watch goals now, look how deep they play it
Yeah.
compared to how they used to. They play it on the goal line pretty much. the whole
Yeah.
time now, on the knees.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah.
And either way, man, they got one of the toughest jobs.
You do.
Right.
Well, just
They got one of the
before you get
toughest
into
jobs
this is what I was
playing
trying to go with. Like, because we're talking about jobs, and I was thinking, have you ever had a job and there was like a really gay part of your job? Like if you weren't,
Yeah,
like,
I
for
got a
example,
lot
like
of
I
gay
used to work. I used to work at Arby's. So, and I liked working at Arby's
yeah.
because I worked in restaurants a lot before I was a teacher. But you have to learn how to stretch your workload out throughout your shift, because if you get your work done quickly, you get some gay job to fill time, and it sucks. And that gay job might be completely shitty as well. So for me, it was like washing the walls, because everything's tiled in a fast food restaurant, right? And then you get the grease in the air, so the walls. So you're up there with the paper towel and the spray ball, and it's a super gay job because it sucks.
Yeah.
And it's shitty.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
because it's gay.
Yeah. I used to. Yeah, I worked in a kitchen at like a convention center. I worked at a kitchen at a convention center, and I had to do I had to clean out all the dishwashing bays and all the
But that sucks, though.
like the deep freezer. Yeah, but it's gay.
Yeah.
It's pretty
It
gay.
is kinda gay.
When the rest of your job is like plating food and like running it out to the hall, and you know what I mean. And then all of a sudden, again, like while dinner service is going on at the wedding. Like, here you go. Here's the slop bucket. Head down the hallway.
I just think shitty jobs, you have to do them. Gay jobs, they're made up. They're made up on the spot. They did not exist because you got your work done and they have to think of something for you to do. That's like what you do with your kids. It's like, I'm bored. I'm like, I have a long list of gay jobs I can give you right now.
That's right.
Yeah, I
don't know.
I give my kids gay jobs all the time. It's kind of your right as a parent being able to give out jobs.
That's right. All right.
So here we are. We're back on the bench tonight, and we're talking jobs, weird jobs, any kind of jobs you had growing up. Well, I don't know. Who knows where the day is going to take us? But hey, we're back for the first period. And the first period is underway.
All right.
Right on.
What do you got, Simon?
I got the first period.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we're talking.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
I love that we both got our own NHL team.
We have not been
by the way.
We haven't been on the ice in so long. We don't even know what's going on anymore.
No.
Summer, what do you do?
It's done.
I feel like we need a Jeopardy sound effect. Do 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 do.
Specifically
Anytime
hockey,
now,
or
Summer.
what? Is just in general?
Right.
I guess.
Well, shall I start?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, well, I was going to start with hockey.
Please.
Okay, that's a good start.
Okay.
We're getting somewhere now. Oh no.
Right. I guess there appears to be a bit of a time delay here, or what?
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
Is that what's going on?
You're live on the scene in Belize or something.
I guess so.
Okay, you
Well, I
just
don't know
start
what's
talking.
going on, to be honest. I'm looking at the screen. Okay, right. Okay, so jobs. All right.
Why is this so hard?
The
I don't
screen is.
He just really
I'm
being to go
distracted
back
here.
into the press box, I guess.
It's starting to get gay.
A little bit.
There's no way you're getting a shift from the coach tonight, bud.
Okay,
Man.
just go. Say something.
I don't know what to do here. There we go. Okay. All right.
He's trying to
Go.
bring up his notes.
All
and
right.
he can't figure it out.
All right. Cool jobs in hockey.
He's got 5 bullet points.
Let's start with: would you rather referee or be a linesman? Langer,
Oh,
go.
would you rather? Okay, that's a good start.
Would you rather? Okay, this
Okay.
is good. I'd rather referee.
Langer.
Jesus.
Like, if we're talking in the NHL, I'd rather referee. I would
Yeah.
not want to have to break
No,
up fights.
you don't want to have to talk to
Would
them?
you?
No, I don't want to.
That's a
I don't
tough
want to break
job.
up fights. Well, the ref just sits back and blows his whistle. most
Yeah.
of the time.
Okay.
Well, sometimes he has to get his.
And the
hands
ref
dirty a
gets
little
to
bit,
have
but-
more interaction with the players.
I think I'd go with the.
But he gets.
No, I'd
Go
be the
ahead.
linesman because when the fans lose their mind and players lose their mind, they lose their mind on the ref. So,
Yeah, but if you
Yeah,
can take it, if you can take it, you're
exactly.
fine.
yeah.
Exactly.
If you can take it, if you take it, if you can take it and you can give it back, then you're cool. You can actually control the game by controlling the emotion of the
Right.
guy. Right. Whereas if you're the linesman, you still get yelled at,
try.
but you can't say nothing. You got no power.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay.
Linesman's a
Yeah.
cruisier
Yeah.
job for sure. I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like you said, there's danger
Well-
pay, right? Like, remember the linesman that got bowled over by the Calgary defenseman? Got a concussion, had to quit fucking hockey. You know what I'm
He
talking
said he didn't
about?
see him.
He's suing the player now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
he
Suing
said he
the player.
didn't see him.
And he manhandled and
Yeah.
ragdolled him.
I didn't see you, so I cross-checked you in the back.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, that's kind of a gay job. So there's gotta
imagine
be some
that
better
now.
jobs.
This guy's got. Yeah.
Okay, go. Who's next?
All right.
Who
Let's
would
start
we
with-
rather do what?
Okay. Well, what about coaching? Assistant coach, equipment manager. What else you got there? So equipment probably include like water distribution engineer.
Can I be?
And,
I want to be.
tape.
I want to be the. I want to be the guy that gets all the FaceTime at the end of the period, that stands at the end of the hallway with his hands like this, and the guys throw him the gloves, and he catches them and puts them on the warming rack. That's the guy I want to be.
That's right. That's the guy.
That guy's making $100K a year
Yeah.
easy, just
Great.
catching gloves and keeping them warm.
Oh, that was one of my dream jobs growing
That's
up.
right.
Like to be an equipment manager, that's great because you're like a roadie, right?
Yeah,
You're the
that's-
roadie. You get there early. You got total access to everything. You pack up. You have one of the things I like about jobs.
You're running
Yeah,
shit.
you're in charge.
You're running
But you
shit.
get the satisfaction
you run the whole,
of starting
yeah.
with a blank slate, then it's chaos, and then you get it back to normal again. And the bags are packed. They're in the bus. They're off to the
Yeah.
airport.
Yeah.
You go grab a bite to eat. You hop on the plane, grab a few, and then you set up the room. I would love that. Love that job.
And you know what? I always thought like that the equipment manager's got the best job because like he's at the rink before everybody. So like every rink they go to, man, he's like got the place to
They're
himself.
like 8, 9 in the morning, if not
Like,
earlier.
I know, and it's like, you know, some of
Yeah.
these facilities
Yeah.
are unbelievable, right? And just to have it all to himself, and you know, at any time he could chuck on some skates and go for a little dash.
Of course, he could chuck
Yeah,
on
yeah.
any player's skates. He could put their full uniform on.
Exactly.
He could mix and match. Try- Imagine that. You got Wayne. You got
Oh,
Wayne's
yeah.
gloves and bucket on. You got Messier's shoulder
Yeah,
pads.
okay.
Curry's skates.
That's speaking of equipment managers. You have to have seen that thing with Crosby, right? About his cup,
This is one he's had since
his superstition.
No.
he's been like
Yes,
yeah.
and he's like the equipment manager. I think his name is Dana in Pittsburgh. So he's over the years. Crosby has had the same cup since he was like 15 in junior, and he'll only let him do modifications to it in order to fix it from like disintegrating. But he's not allowed to touch like the general structure of the cup. But like just the fact that like he's having that conversation with Sidney Crosby,
Yeah.
like don't fuck with my cup, man. Like, that's just
Really?
cool, man. Like
I didn't
only
know
the
that.
equipment
Or he's
manager.
late getting home
Yeah,
to his
bro.
family because he's working in the workworkshop.
Yeah,
That's
yes.
right. That's
He's
Sidney
got like the
Crosby.
welder out and like he's got the arc
Yeah.
welder out and
Yeah.
there's
Oh
duct
yeah,
tape.
it's really cool, man. If you haven't seen it, you got to check it out, man. Dana, because it's right around the time too where so it's like a special about like the equipment manager guy, and he's going through all this different steels, and he's got the marks
different
for like the
steel,
games
like
that
different
they,
kinds of metal.
like the
like
different
grades?
steel off the guy's skates, and as they come off, he dates them and what period it was and what time it was that they came off, so
Okay.
they can tell how much wear. And it's something out of this world.
Yeah.
But there's a
Cool
great
job.
scene in it as well. So it's like right before the Olympics. It's either the Olympics or the World Cup or something like that. And he comes out and he like
Could be
drops
the World
Sydney's
Cup.
bag off, and it's got the Canada logo and stuff on the bag, and puts it down, and Gino is sitting there. He's like, Dana, where's my logo, man? Where's my logo? He's like, your team didn't send it, and Gino gets all pissed off at him. Yeah, it's a good it's a wicked doco, man. It's pretty cool. It's like behind the scenes of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, that's an amazing
okay.
job. So that I think
Yeah.
that was pretty unanimous. Are you the same, Summer? Or would you rather be the head coach?
That's a tough call. I mean, the head coach would be cool because you got control of everything, right? You know, you're the fucking man. You're in
Yeah.
control of all the players, assistant. I mean, ultimately responsible. But you know, if I could do it for a season, fuck yeah, I'd do head coach for sure. If there's a bit of a difference between. Well, equipment manager would definitely be a lot of responsibility as well because you would probably report to the
Yeah.
coach.
But think
Well,
of the
I don't
stories
know.
too, though,
Would you-
because those
That's what
guys.
I said. Like, I don't want to be the equipment manager. I just want to be the club
Because
guy.
the equipment guy would know a lot, and you would see generations of players because they stay with the team for years. So they'd get the real stories. They'd hear, like, even like the therapists and doctors. Like when Tavares got run over in that first game, the Montreal doctor came out. Did you see him? He was like 100 years old. Like he would have been with the team when they won, like in the 60s. You know, he would have seen all these stars and you know.
Oh yeah,
Yvonne Cornwallier was playing.
Yeah, like Rocket Richard was probably playing.
Well, like the Blues this year,
You know,
the Blues this year.
He was just a young man then.
Yeah.
The
Just
Blues
out of medical school,
equipment
right?
manager this year hit 2,000 games. Like the Blues equipment manager this year reached.
That's probably
2,000
nothing
games.
in
Like, that's
comparison
crazy.
to some of his peers. You know, it's not like the
Yeah.
guy from Montreal. He's probably sitting at like 20, 30,000 games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's been there for
Fuck.
decades.
And,
You know.
it's probably been passed down through generations. We should check that out and have a look.
I'd be interested to find out how you get in. Like, sorry,
Yeah.
one of the
No,
one of the
true.
guys I remember was who was it in Peterborough? It was like Dick Todd, who's like the famous Pete's coach. I think he started off as like a stick boy or something. Like it was really low down, and then he rose his ranks as being one of the all-time winners. Like him and Brian Kilray were like two of the heavyweight coaches in the OHL for years.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
you just start like, you know, just showing up, hanging around the rink, and then next thing you know, you're the dentist.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Pulling teeth.
Yeah, stitching people up and stuff. I don't know.
All right. What about this one? Let's go with. Would you be? Because there's always two people in the like as the timekeeper in the score box, right? And then there's a person in each penalty box. So would you go timekeeper or penalty box?
Ooh.
What is the guy in the penalty box?
I'd probably say penalty box guy.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure he just like I've seen
Pretty
him
sure he
like
just
make some
opens the
notes and
box
so he opens the door and closes the door, and then he takes some notes. I've watched him like there's like a pad. He comes out on a fucking board.
I always
and he writes
wondered if
I think
I know what
he's
you're
just taking
talking
note
about.
of the
I
time.
always wondered, is
the
he
player.
taking notes on the behavior?
No,
of
he's
the
drawing
guy?
like Iron Maiden logos
Reporting
and like
ability.
Ozzy Osbourne and Van Halen and
That's
stuff.
right, big phallus.
See it.
Yeah, giant cocks and stuff.
That's right.
See, I always thought he was kind of like the usher that shows you to your seats, but his job's super easy because the guy comes to the box. He's like, "Here's your seat."
That's right. That's right. So yeah, no, I think apart from writing the time of the penalty and what it's for and who the player was, that's it. And open and close the door at the designated times. Other than, the score bench, you're responsible for everything, right? Hockey operations. I wonder.
I think in today's NHL game too, like I think that person's more or less just the time. Exactly what you said, like the timekeeper, just punching it in and reporting game sheet. Like not. I think they have so much of a crew now. They the players are wearing chips in their jerseys that track their speed.
On the ice,
So you think it's kind of like
It's
a redundant
insane.
job, kind of like the goal judge. Like you don't really need
It'll
the
get
goal judge
there.
anymore.
Are
He's
they-
just there for posterity.
Wait
really.
until
No,
the lines
I think
are all
those are kind of
automatic
staples
and
of the
with
game,
chip
right?
and the puck.
Yeah. But you
There
don't
won't
need-
be any refs anymore.
Yeah.
Your tape will all have chips in it and stuff like that. It'll all be automatic.
That'll be insane. Imagine what
Like-
hockey will look like in.
I hope I'm not around for that, to be honest, because the more and more they take the human element out of it, the less real it becomes.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, another
that's right.
offside, everything's getting challenged, and it sucks when something happens and you know it shouldn't have happened, but that was just part of it.
Like the coach's challenge is a bit gay. I mean, they
gay.
correct a lot of things,
Good
but
call.
it's a bit gay. Like I guess
I think
grew
it
up
kind of
thinking-
came from football.
It came from McKinnon when he was like a mile offside and scored. He was like at the hash marks when he got the puck. Remember that? Or it was Matt Duchene, I think it was.
I do remember. Yeah.
And it's like, well, I understand that.
I remember that incident. I can't remember who it was, but yeah.
I mean the challenge part itself. Because the challenge part, like, challenge came into the NFL, like, where you're allowed to have a challenge in each half. And I think, and it's very similar. There's only certain plays that you can challenge. There's only certain times you can challenge. It always costs you a timeout. And it ended up, that's the only thing that I don't like about it. I think it should be the same penalty as it is in football, is that if you don't get it,
Okay.
like if you don't get the challenge, it should just...
Before we forget, I need you guys to answer this question. If you bump the goalie, it's a penalty. Right? You're going...
Goalie interference?
Yeah, goalie interference, right?
Yeah.
You're going to
the goalie...
You're going to the net and you run into the goalie. Because I've seen guys just try and stop and they run into the goalie. Right? It's penalty. Right?
It depends.
Well, what does it depend on?
I would say it depends. It depends on how he ended up getting there. Like if it a lot of refereeing is interpretation, I find. And if the guy, like if he intentionally hit you, then
Okay, so I'm going hard to the net. I can't stop in time, and I bump the goalie and knock him over.
Do you lose an edge?
No, I'm just going hard to the net. And I'm trying to make a play, or I'm trying to find position, and...
Is there a puck there?
No, I'm just going to the net because it's a play.
It's a gray area. But does the puck come near you? Do you take a swipe of the puck? Do you get a piece of the puck? Like, how do you... Like, if you get a piece of the puck and run into him, if you don't...
So I see the player trying to get out of the way of the goalie, but they run him over. Like, I've seen it all the time. Okay, the point I'm making is that's a penalty. So what happens if the puck goes in the net?
Well, that's no goal.
Yeah, but why is it not still a penalty? I've never seen that. I've never seen the goal called back plus a penalty. It always just the goal's called back. I'm like, well, why isn't it a penalty too?
Oh, I wasn't reffing that game.
No, I saw it in one of the games.
There probably doesn't meet some clause. Yeah. Recently-ish. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, hold on.
That you're talking about. But...
I've got one more thing, and then let's call second period here. All right, so probably my ultimate. Yeah, we were all pondering. Yeah, like right. Anyways, ultimate probably fun dream job at a hockey game would probably either have to be the mascot or the team.
I was gonna say I want to be gritty.
Or the team that gets to shoot the fucking like subway gun or the t-shirt gun, right? Yeah, man, that team, right?
Or the
This
Johnsonville brought hot dog guy.
Or
the Oscar
you
Mayer
get to go out with all the ice bunnies, all the hot chicks in the hot tight pants, go skate out on the ice. And have you seen this video? There's this one guy who's his shoveling job. It was like a don't get me wrong, like this gay artistic fucking dance.
Yeah, dude, I saw it. I know what you're talking about.
Right. And he shovels the snow. It was like crazy. I laughed. Like, good job, man. It's fucking taking it to the next level. You know what I mean? But, anyways, yeah. So I don't know.
I think it's
Would you
funny.
go?
I know what you're gonna go. You're gonna go t-shirt gun guy.
T-shirt gun guy or ice bunny crew? Cam.
I know who you're gonna go. You're gonna go t-shirt gun guy because like we had the option this year with doing the NZIHL coverage for the hockey house, and we were asked about a wish list, and Somerville's first pick was a t-shirt gun for Avondale Arena. So that Aaron can pack this thing with a t-shirt and shoot a kid from 20 feet away right in the face and put him in the hospital. Those t-shirt guns are meant to shoot like into the 170th
So I'm
row.
picturing you at the glass by the penalty box.
I know. Well, we can tone
and
it
the guy
down,
in the top round.
I could like
8
ricochet
rows
it
in
off
Avondale.
the back.
Can you turn the volume down on that?
That dude's gonna have a welt like this on his chest of you hitting with a t-shirt gun. We get sued. The whole league shuts down.
Put a hot
Anyways,
dog in it. I'd like to see that.
I would. Okay, my answer. I don't want to be the mascot. I want to be Gritty. I would be Gritty because Gritty gets away with everything, dude. Gritty, like I've seen that dude like pants people and like, just, yeah, but Gritty's another level, dude. Gritty is something else, though. Everybody loves you, wants to take their picture with you. Nobody knows who you are. It's beautiful.
But you got to be like an extrovert. You can't come in and be like, I'm not feeling it today. I'm just going to just mail it in. Like, you can't mail it in as a mascot.
And like at those NHL games, too, you also have like an Uber. You also have like an Uber dime piece that's your like concierge. She like holds your hand and walks you through the crowd. It's
like you can't go just go like just go sit down in the third row because there's an empty seat. And I'm just like, you know, wave to the camera and you know, go hang. That's tough because
Langer's the Oregon guy.
I always thought
that would be cool if I had.
I would
any
play
musical
nothing
talent,
but
I would
2
do
Unlimited the whole game.
No.
Time zone.
No.
Are y'all ready for this?
There's no limit.
Barbie Girl. Rock and Roll Part 2. Just I would have a list of 5. Yeah, the whole time. Nothing but No Limit.
Just all bangers. Like 3 songs of Vanga Boys.
Vanga Boys.
Boom, 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 boom.
Maybe some rock set in there. You know, Joyride.
maybe some old school Marky Mark.
Oh yeah, feel the vibration.
Or Rockstar.
She's Got the Look. You could do that song. Or just play You're All Ready for This and then don't play the song.
Y'all ready for this?
It. Crickets.
Nothing. Okay, that period started off a little rocky, but hey, we finished strong, eh?
Yeah.
That was a good period, boys. Cheers. Summer, no bevy tonight. It's all about the finish. That's right. It is all about the finish. Okay, so it's all right, man. It's not about the start. It's all.
He looks like he plays for the Czech national team tonight. During the communist era.
Yeah, he's that.
The tracksuit.
The first minute and a half of that period was pretty gay. Stupid. Stupid.
You know, whatever. It wasn't shitty.
Okay, so I'm talking about. I got a list of three people that have had like what I consider a pretty cool job in the league that I remember. First, and I know that you guys will have tons to say about this guy, and Don Cherry, man. That guy was a coach for what, 1 year? Played for a cup of coffee. Hung on for what, 40 years?
Yeah. He coached longer than a year. He played for 1 year. No, he coached for a while.
No, but how long did he coach in Boston?
I don't know. Then he was in Colorado for that 1 year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I think he did 1 and 1.
In the Leafs? No, he did a couple of years there. He was friends. But he was supposed to coach Toronto, but they didn't want to bring him in because they didn't want to pay him. So he went to Colorado.
But for me, like, what is his job? He's had them all, right?
Yeah.
Like, you think of hockey, he's probably done them all.
He's not an analyst.
At some point, he was probably a stick boy.
Yeah.
Then he would have been a coach. Then he would have been an assistant coach. Then he would have yeah, he did it all.
Didn't in that Don Cherry story, didn't Eddie Shore have them like selling popcorn and stuff?
Yeah,
to save
everything.
money.
That's what I mean. He did all those
Selling
jobs.
concessions.
Done anything and everything he could for the game. Right?
Good job.
And
Now he's a
Don
legend.
Cherry, he's
Yeah,
an
he's
icon.
Apart from the
legendary.
racist comments.
And like,
That's
how
not new,
good?
though.
How good would it be if we just get him back? We got a Canadian team.
Canada's
in the
favorite
semifinals. Just
racist
bring him
or
back.
what?
Yeah. He represents Canada from like 60 years ago. Before diversity was invented.
That's right.
And you know what? It's funny. You watch Hockey Night in Canada now, and it's so like gone the other way. Like Ron McLean is like all but promoting, women and minorities and black people and Mexicans. It's like so the other way now. It's like
The best was he had to do his own apology there last week there because he made a gay joke to Bieksa. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, he was talking about Tarpoff and
So Bieksa had a half naked picture of Kessler in the background.
Tarpoff.
Yeah.
It's just bad now. And it's so gay now because of that.
Everybody's being canceled.
No.
Dude, we would get
I don't
canceled.
care. There should be an alternative. Here
alternative.
you go. We should be an alternative hockey night in Canada where it's like it never went past like 1987, and that's it.
It just stopped.
Do you remember
there,
when the Kings were playing the Canadians in the
Can you
finals,
imagine if the panel
or the Leafs, and he was doing that promo at the Forum in LA, and he had the earring and like the bandana, and he was being all like fruity and talking about all his friends out west.
yeah.
He's got the little string like the goalie Kelly Rudy, and
Yeah.
like he could never do that. You could never get away with that now. Check it out. It's on one of the Coach's Corner intros before the game in LA in '93.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Is he wearing a red shirt or something like that? Like it's a bright.
it's like
He's got like
purple.
the fedora on
Purple?
with the bandana, and he's got like a dangly earring, and he's being really effeminate. And
I
like,
think I can picture it. Yeah.
like nobody cared then. Like everyone's like, whatever.
No.
And now it's like, oh my god.
Well, they cheered him on. They're like, yeah. No, hey, Don, good job, nice outfit.
So my next one is I don't know if this is it's not really a job, but it's kind of like
Does it
I
blow?
was thinking about like I was thinking about all different jobs in the NHL, and I was like
Drug dealer.
a lot of teams that
That's a hockey job.
That is a hockey job.
drug dealer.
Full
Definitely
time,
Russia.
Man. You gotta like come up with your. That's right. No, they're pros. Well, they're bad pros. Right? For the longest time, they were getting away with it, and then some reason, their drug people slipped. They weren't a step ahead of the testing program.
You want to be a professional sports drug dealer.
That's right. You gotta be able to mask it.
Jared Stoll.
I don't know. We can't speculate on that because we don't know anybody.
No.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we
what were
don't
you
know.
talking about before we started talking about
There's no
drug
further-
dealers?
It's all speculative. Yeah.
Okay, so this guy wasn't a drug dealer, but do you
Right.
know who John Spano is?
Yes. Who did he own? Was it Leafs?
No.
Part owner?
No.
Football, he owned a sports team, didn't he?
He was a sole owner and GM
Argonauts?
of the New York Islanders
Oh, right.
for 18 months.
Was this after Charles, but just before Charles Wang?
Before.
Okay, yeah.
So this guy, John Spano. Do you know who John
I
Spano is?
remember
Somerville?
now.
Somerville?
No.
Do you know who John Spano is? Okay, you're
No.
going to learn today.
Today.
You're going to learn today. So John Spano was a guy who came from simple means, and he decided that I'm going to own an NHL team. And then he got to forging. And he started forging certificates to make himself a Texas oil tycoon. He slid in all the paperwork to Gary Bettman and got himself the Islanders. And then he changed the logo to a fisherman.
That's right. Okay. That's why everything got gay there.
And he went to town and he made a couple trades and he fundraised in the community to try to get a new rink. And then they found out that he was full of shit. And there's a doco about it called Big Shot. It's unbelievable. But I've read and learned more and more about this guy. And this guy literally bullshitted his way to being a GM of an NHL hockey team.
What? How did he pay the players as the owner?
Oh, because he just had different fake money from everywhere. Because a lot of the money's tied up in the team.
Yeah, it's not goes through all the channels. It's not like all of a sudden,
a bag of cash. You owner, now we're just gonna cut it off and now put all your money there. It just keeps.
So this must have been when Milbury was the GM there, and it was all completely gay.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
I remember that gay.
Yeah. Yeah. It was about a year and a bit. He got through the draft and everything. Like, so this guy was like a common, like, Joe Schmo, knows fuck about hockey. He was just a fan. And then all of a sudden he runs the team. He like walks in. He's like a playboy throwing money around. Oh yeah, dude. Unreal.
Wow.
So that is a job that was just made up, right? So, and the third one that I have is, it's not really a job, but it's kind of like a spot on the team where it's like every team kind of has a motivator, whether it is the equipment manager. And like one guy that I always remember, but there's certain people that even come from the outside end up becoming part of the team, and it's kind of their job to motivate them without even saying it. And I guess like now that I'm saying it, describing it, but Joey Moss and of the like different members of teams that aren't necessarily part of the team, but they kind of end up having this unwritten job that they do, which is motivates the shit out of the team, and how the team comes on to that.
He died. He died. I think last year or whatever. It was a big deal.
That's what made me think about it too, because for years later, Joey Moss was that type of guy where there's like a magical run where he's a part of the community, and then all of a sudden they created a job for Joey Moss afterwards to stay with the team as that kind of motivational inspiration.
So the story I heard,
you remember?
The story I heard behind this was Joey Moss was his brother. This is just, I don't know how I remember this, but was a brother of a girl that Wayne Gretzky was dating at the time, and then he got him on board because he was an Oilers fan and he was just part of the team, and he's been there because I remember the commercials.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I couldn't, to be honest.
Joey was synonymous with the Oilers for years, even after.
Yeah, but it was just crazy how that happened. I was surprised he was still alive and he lived that long, to be honest. Because, but yeah, he was there, and I think he was working with the Eskimos as well, or what are they called, the Elks or whatever now.
Are they the Elks now?
Elks. They changed their name.
Did they seriously change the team name?
Yeah.
Is it gay?
Yeah.
My uncle played for them. He was there for all the whole that whole
like last week.
No, not the Elks. The other ones. The other ones. I don't want to say it.
The Eskies.
Yeah. Isn't that cooler in Australia?
That's right.
And then while I was doing a little bit of research, I looked up. So I typed in. I was like, I want to know the 4 shittiest jobs in the world. I like Googled it. These are just great.
Ooh.
So number one.
Wait. Let's take a stab at. Wait.
Proctologist.
That's number 5. Okay.
Well, when it's like the shittiest job. You want to take a
guess at what the next one is?
After proctologist? Shittiest job?
Shitty start.
A coctologist?
Yeah. Yeah. What about
do the front side?
A gynecologist?
On a men's hockey team, that's
Nope.
that's a shitty job.
A septic tank cleaner.
Oh, the honey wagon guy.
The honey wagon guy.
You don't know the honey wagon?
I didn't realize that they were gonna it was actually gonna come up with literally the 5 shittiest jobs.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 3.
Okay.
Number 3 was an elephant inspector. So a person that
Inseminator?
Yeah, you were gonna say
there's-
inseminator.
And then you went to
I was gonna say inseminator, but so it's the same thing though.
Quick
'Cause there's
shit,
actually a
No, it's
video.
not the same thing.
There was a video that accompanied it, and it's the same fucking hole. Okay, well,
Yeah, but one's looking in
It's-
there and one's putting something in there.
this one was in all the way up to its fucking shoulder blade, which was it was
No,
wrong.
thank you.
But I had to keep pressing on. So number 2. Number 2
Wait,
was
is it a
porta potty cleaner,
Yeah.
right?
After a festival.
that's
Oh. You know exactly
The
state that.
The description though of what they have to do is like I didn't realize this, and the next time that I see one of these guys picking one up, I'm gonna give them the nod, like good going, good job, well, good on you. But part of their job is not only do they have to go and physically remove the thing from the site, but then they have to take it back to the workshop and clean for the next
They must
user.
have tools for that, machinery, mechanisms.
Well, it doesn't make it number 2 if they got water blasters. Yes, I'm sure there's a water blaster, but it doesn't get to number 2 on the list.
Could you imagine your water
number two.
blasting shit's just flying everywhere? It's all over you now. It's like a shower of shit.
You need a suit. A hazmat suit or something.
Yeah. My God, man. Like, what do they do? Like, you think it's like a fucking coffee pot, right? Where you pull out the fucking shit at the bottom, and they tip it out somewhere, and then they just clean that, right? And it's like an empty shell. You know what I mean? Or like, do you think they have to like get in with a shovel and they're like scooping it out into some other, like, where does it all go? Like, right? They have like hundreds of these. What do they do with all this waste? You know what I mean? Like, how do they dispose of like probably hundreds, thousands of tons of human waste, like cigarette butts and toilet. Oh my God, they'd just be filthy, man, filthy. What do you think?
Well,
do you think that?
Least of their worries.
Yeah,
I
man.
think.
Like, I mean,
I'm not a pessimist, and I'm trying to be an optometrist here, as Ricky would say. But generally, like when there's like blocks of them, who's sitting down for a moose in a porta potty? Like, have you ever been to a festival and you like, I need to go do heavy work?
Oh, yeah.
Like drop anchor and stuff. Like usually it's a lot of
bad
piss,
feeling.
right?
It's a bad feeling.
But
Well,
yeah,
it
that's
sucks
a good
when you
question.
walk
Where's it
into
going?
one, you finally get one, and then there's no
eh?
toilet
I used
paper.
to not eat on purpose.
Yes, that's shitty.
I used to not eat on purpose at festivals. It accomplished 2 things: A, you got drunk quicker, and B, you never had to be in that
Piss your pants.
situation.
Wow.
Yeah.
If anybody knows the answer to that or works in that industry, can you please let us know in the comments? 'Cause I'd like to know.
God. Maybe I don't.
And the number
wanna
one
know.
shittiest job is a fecal analyzer.
I was gonna. Looking at shit under a microscope. Looking for some.
Yeah, I would think that they have all the safety tools, so that's probably not number one. Number one for me would be number 2.
You know what? You know what comes ahead of that is the person who has to take the fucking stool sample. the doctor that hands you this
Yeah.
little pot. He's like, "Yeah, can you give me a sample?" You're like,
Yeah.
in this?
Yeah.
Like, what
How
do
do
you
you-
think? Like what?
Aim.
Yeah.
Get that.
Yeah.
Get a
like,
funnel.
what is supposed to happen in this thing here, right?
I need a bigger bowl.
Yes, that's right.
Not
I need a fucking...
not related, but it reminds me when I was living in Japan.
Don't give me a dip cup for fucking ranch sauce. Give me a fucking bowl.
Totally unrelated, but it reminds me when I was living in Japan and I watched this woman walk her dog, and she'd always pick up her dog shit with chopsticks. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding at all. That is absolutely true.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that hurt.
Well,
That hurt.
that's a new way of using
Gay
this.
and shitty.
And we're gonna end up on top with the second as well. We're rolling right on to the third.
Shit.
So we're gonna find out why today's jobs might be better, but they're not better jobs.
Jesus.
Well,
With Langer. And the third period is underway.
I don't want to go on it too hard because we'll want to do a show on it, but I like the announcers. I think that would be an awesome job. Like getting to know the guys, but you got to have the voice for it. And like all my favorite guys, they all started off in radio, and I mean, I think some of them actually went to school for it, but
Are you talking commentators or are you talking PA announcers?
I'm talking the color guys. The guys up in the booth, and like I just always liked and admired the relationship that the color guy had with the commentator, the actual play-by-play guy. Like, cause they travel together, and there's some that don't work. Like I can't stand Craig Simpson. Like he's just awful. Just doesn't have any personality. You know, Jim Houston, like it. But you know, again, I'm the Bob Cole, Harry Neal era guy, and the Bobo and Jim Ralph, Harry Neal, and like
I like Doc.
yeah, I don't like him. He's so American. He makes up stuff that doesn't exist. Like I hate Along the Wall. I hate how the goalie parries it or it wouldn't go. I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, like he appeals to the American audience. It's just bombastic and there's no. To me, he doesn't have that hockey personality that you. When you can close your eyes, you can hear and see in your head what's happening. Like, I don't know when someone's off the waffle board into the half wall and it didn't go, and what are you talking about? Like, I'm like, what are you talking about? What sport is this?
No, I get it.
You know?
I remember
I don't like
trying
Doc
to watch
anymore
the
either.
Toronto games as a kid, and you'd fall asleep, and you end up listening to the game.
Yeah.
And so you're trying to imagine, like, yeah, that's right. And Bob Cole and Harry Neal always had the right emotion. You'd open your eyes, right, like when you knew that something was happening, because they would let you know.
the
you can tell
cadence,
just in
right?
their
The
tone.
cadence of the
You
voice.
can tell in their tone.
When they're getting near the net, you can feel it.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah.
Anyway, but I always thought that would be good. But
Yeah.
that's an art form, and I mean, so many hockey guys are analysts and stuff now, which I think is good.
So do you like Romanek?
Paul Romanek, to me, a lot of people hate him. But to me, he reminds me of the World Juniors back in like the late '80s and early '90s.
Yeah, okay.
'Cause that's when he used to be on TSN.
Yeah, he was the World Junior guy.
And it was always in I don't know, someplace in.
And that's 100% why I asked you about Paul.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like him. But you gotta have
You guys all have the NHL package currently, eh?
Yeah.
Are we synonymous in? Are we unanimous in hating Pierre Maguire?
Yeah, he's awful.
No, no more than I hate Ray Ferraro, but I don't hate.
Really?
I don't hate either of them. No, I don't. I don't hate anybody.
I don't mind.
I don't find anybody.
I don't mind Ray, but
who's
Pierre I can't stand.
Who's your favorite sort of announcer, like for the different teams? Like for example, there was a period where the Philadelphia announcer, he would always say after someone scored, and Giroux scores for Taste of Tasty Cakes, and he would always say that. Yes, and I started to like watch the games just so I could listen to him, and someone scored, and I get a taste of Tasty Cakes. And then I think somebody said to him, "That's fucking retarded. Stop saying that." Because he
that's
stopped
so
saying
gay.
that. But
Super
it was
gay.
so gay, it became awesome. You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah,
it's
and
funny how
that can
things-
happen.
Gay
That can
things
happen.
That happens. Like when it's gay enough, it then becomes.
It is so gay.
Super awesome.
It's cool.
Yeah. It's fucking
You can-
super gay. It's awesome.
You can actually over gay it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
The song
Yeah.
Living
no,
La Vida
for sure.
Loca.
So I like listening to the highlights around the league when I'm watching the highlights. You get to know the different announcers. So, for example, there's the guys in Carolina. Now, that tandem, one guy, sounds relatively normal. And then there's another guy who I find always sounds like he's like trying to push out a fart. And here's another one. In New
The
Jersey,
St. Louis
they
guy
got-
drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. God damn it. So then the guys in Jersey, you got the normal guy, and then there's a guy that sounds exactly like Jesse the Body Ventura, man. You remember how Jesse used to talk like real
Well, you know
raspy
me,
voice,
Gene.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched Predator
But
the
they
other
got
day,
us-
so yeah, it's fresh in my head.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
went down into
Yeah.
the corner.
But yeah, they got Jesse the
Chip
Body
chip
fucking
up the
announcing.
wall.
It's hilarious. Yeah, then they got in fucking Tampa Bay, their tandem. They got this like the there's one guy, man, that he explains everything like to the last
McGuire
fucking
does that.
detail,
I
but
know.
gets it all fucking wrong, But like he's like, nope, somebody touched that in the net, and you look at the replay, and clearly nobody touches it. And he's like, yep, right at that point there, you look, it hit his sleeve, and you can see the puck
Oh,
sort
maybe
of
it
fluttering
did.
differently, and then in St.
not-
Louis, you got anyways, Panger in St. Louis. I'll finish with that one.
Okay. No,
I don't mind Panger. The other guy drives me nuts.
Yeah,
Craig Kelly. He drives me nuts.
yeah.
3 to 8 times a game. Oh, and there's a drive.
Yeah.
He always says drive. Like,
Oh,
drive.
and the guy in
like
Chicago.
every time the guy takes a
what
shot.
are you talking about?
Yeah.
What sport?
What do you didn't drive
Are you
at all.
talking? See, because it's not natural. Like, and they I know what you mean by explaining things. See, I've always had this theory. The problem that Americans struggle with hockey is the sports they love are slow and they're heavy on stats to fill in the space. Okay, it's easy to follow because it's not moving very fast. No, seriously, when you watch a baseball game, the pitcher comes out on the mound. There is a string. Like I was watching that Carolina game. It's like on whatever network. The whole bottom ticker is like other sports and stats and like who cares? What are you talking about?
The ticker.
Like everything is stats and numbers because they gotta fill in the time. Like I'm like, who scored? Like, what's the score of the game? And they're talking about
It's
college
so true.
football.
It's so
and
true.
soccer. Like it's that exciting to you guys that you're worried about boxing and like horse racing. Like who cares?
It's so true because like when you go
While
to
you're
like an
watching the
NFL
baseball
game
game,
or an NHL game, even
Yeah.
in the U.S., there's all the stats of all the other games that are going on somewhere in the.
And
in
do you
that
remember
arena.
when
Look around the
stats in
league.
hockey started to show up?
Of the NFL.
Like it was goals, points, assists. That's it. And now it's like block shots and takeaways and steals and time on ice and attempted shots and expected goal
Plus my-
percentage.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's right.
expected goals. What does that
Projected.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just numbers and
Projected
numbers,
goals.
and it's
Scoring
and there's
chance.
some guy at home going, "Oh, I love this. This guy has an ERA of 1.35, and he's pitched 4.3 innings." And what are you talking about? I don't.
That's right. That's right.
So whenever I see it,
Yeah.
like I'll pull it right now.
His Corsi score.
Don't care. And, but you come up and it's NBC, and as soon as I see NB, I'm like, change the broadcast to Sportsnet or CBC or something, because I can't do it. I cannot listen to them talk about why he can turn so tightly in the corners and his edge work. And don't care. I don't care.
Can you believe it? Yes, I can.
Yeah, strong core muscles.
Edge works this week.
We're getting gay with that now. Okay, so there's a couple things. So I got two more things I got to cover here. So my first job was a hockey job. So I was 14, and my dad gave me a job application for my birthday. I was like, that's gay.
What? He gave you a job at the kitchen?
A job application.
No, he gave you a job application for his birthday.
I was 14.
Oh,
so,
right.
And so what? It was for the
yeah.
rink.
So I worked at the Peterborough Memorial Center, and it was wicked because I got into all the junior B games, and I would do the ice stuff. So I take the net off and chop out the holes and sweep around and stuff. But I got to see the behind the scenes of the rink, which I loved. So one of the best jobs was when the Zamboni would dump all the snow in a big pit in the Zamboni room, and you get this huge fire hose of hot water, and you'd melt the snow. And that takes up 15 minutes. It's awesome. You build snow tunnels and, because it melts the snow. And then you had access to all the stuff around. This is before the rink was renovated. So you're there's a lounge downstairs. I didn't know that. And there's there was this giant, I've never seen this giant cardboard box. And there must have been about 10,000 beer cans in it. That they collect and stuff. And where they keep all the boards and stuff. Because they used to put the boards down for public events and things like that. So the first time I ever got drunk was at work when I was 14 in grade 9. So we were cleaning up after Oktoberfest. So they'd had all the beer tents out on the rink. And so I went in at 10 o'clock. So I'm 14. So Dad dropped me off to go to work. And we're picking this job sucks. It's getting the boards off the ice. Just getting your fingers underneath it. And it's over and over and stacking them on the forklift. And then there's insulation under that, which has to be stacked. And it sucks.
Yeah.
It's not gay. It sucks. So it was probably 1 or 2 in the morning, and they're like, well, we're going to go for a beer break, and you got to be cool, because these are old men working for the city. So there's a couple kegs left, so someone just handed me a Molson Canadian, or Molson Export. It was Export. I was like, okay. Trying to be a big boy. And the next thing you know, I remember mopping the foyer with another guy and being smashed, not realizing that I'm smashed. It felt good. Spilling your beer everywhere. And then, Dad picked me up. I remember going out with the puck and the stick at 7 in the morning. I had to go to school. But we're playing on the ice just in our shoes, and Dad picked me up, and I was smashed. And I'm trying to pretend I'm not smashed. And I remember falling asleep in geography class, which was cool because my geography class teacher was a huge hockey fan. So I told him what it was, and he's like, that's cool. But I used to find stuff in the seats, find money. I'd be eating half-eaten Mars bars because you don't have any money and stuff like that. But it was great. My first concert was Pantera and Skid Row at the Peterborough Memorial Center, and I got it for free.
Way.
And and I was 14, and it was there was a cloud of smoke, and I had no idea it's because all the bikers were smoking weed. But we got to clean up the dressing room, and there was all these liquor bottles and sandwiches stuck to the wall and condoms and stuff. It was an awesome job, but
it was the best.
It's better.
Awesome.
It'd be better if you weren't 14 because it's more of an older. But I got to usher some of the Pete's games, and so you wear a shirt and tie, and they give you a section, and you try and be all cool because you're 15, and people are going to listen to you, right? So.
But you got it.
You come in the back door.
Did you ever get awesome. A confrontation with anyone or what? As the usher?
No.
It's not my fucking seat.
No. Yeah, no. Things were simpler back then.
Good. Yeah.
No. It's not 2020. There wasn't 5 people taking a video and putting it on fucking social media.
I do remember one game. Pete's were playing Kitchener. I remember because I love the goalies. So Kitchener goalie was a guy named Mike Torchia. And so I was down in a corner, and this is where I learned about the glass. You learn about how the rink's put together. And so somebody was sitting along the boards, and I saw the big piece of glass come out and just turn and start to fall. And I just remember watching slow motion, and one of the other ushers ran over and grabbed me and pulled me out of the way, and it shatters. Have you ever seen rink glass shatter. It's like windshield glass. You know, it shatters in those tiny little cubes and stuff. It's heavy because we had to put a new piece of glass. It's just heavy. You know, it's serious stuff. It would kill you if it landed on you. You know,
It is. It would fucking hurt.
It would kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I remember
building.
We put them up at
building the rink.
Yeah.
Was insane.
Heavy. They don't fuck around with that glass.
Remember, we shattered a sheet and it immediately cut someone. Immediately.
Yep.
It was just.
Yep. I remember that too. I forget who it was. I treated them though.
Yeah, it was one of the girls.
You treated it.
Yeah.
I treated them. Yep.
With your doctor bag.
That was when well, we were all part of that. That was the Ice Hockey Classic when we built the rink. That's coming back. That's coming back too.
I saw that. Okay, so final job here. So, I was lucky to work at the rink, and that was fun. So I was thinking about like scouts. Okay, so I remember being at a Pete's game, and I was sitting up in the Grays. If you know Peterborough, it's the top part of the rink. It's like the garbage seats, and there's two guys sitting there with clipboards, and we're like, there's always the one bold kid who'll just talk to anybody and doesn't care, like, hey, mister, what are you guys doing? They're like, we're scouts. We're like, for who? They're like, San Jose Sharks. We're like, who? It's back in the day. We didn't know there was an expansion team, or we didn't know anything. It was before that.
Yeah.
So these two Sharks scouts were sitting up there doing some work, and I thought, okay, so you get to drive around, and just watch hockey games and write notes and send them back to somebody. So it reminded me of this story, and it's from the '74 draft. Now, if you go back in time, so the WHA was going on, the World Hockey Association at the time. So I remember this story from years ago. So this happened in Buffalo. So at the time, they used to do the draft on the phone. Like they didn't have the players. They do it at a hotel. But this time, they were doing it on the phone because they were trying to keep it secret, so the WHA teams didn't know who was being drafted, right? Because they're competing back then. So the coach for Buffalo at the time, I think it was Punch Imlach, so the old Toronto coach. So he was getting annoyed and frustrated with the process of doing the draft on the phone. So out of protest of it taking so long, he drafted a guy named Taro Sumi Fuji. What was his name? Taro Sugimoto. Okay, but the thing about Taro Sugimoto is he didn't exist. He was a made-up player. So he went into the draft book as this Japanese hockey player that was drafted by Buffalo. So the NHL didn't realize this for like a bit. And then they were made to feel stupid that this team, Buffalo, had drafted a guy who was completely fictional. So
That's awesome.
So I went in and looked a bit further, and there's a bit of like lore in Buffalo around this player. So like people remember this as part of their history, and you might see the odd jersey with the guy's name on it or signs.
Holy shit! I just found it.
Did you find it? Yeah, it's crazy.
That's so awesome. So his name was Taro Sugimoto.
Pretty real.
And he was a center from Japan, drafted by the Buffalo Sabres, Tokyo Katana.
Yeah, the katanas, the blades, swords.
Katanas, yeah. He was picked 183rd overall in round 11 of the draft. Like, I gotta show you this shit, man. I'm bring it up. Like, people at home probably won't be able to see this, but you guys can
you
see
imagine that.
It's the only one that's crossed out.
Yeah, they had to change it to like, I don't know what did they call it? Invalid claim.
Was later revised to an invalid claim by the NHL after Duge was revealed to be a non-existent character. Wow, that's amazing that you fucking know that, man.
But did they lose their? So it looks like they lost that pick. So they
they did
pick on.
Yeah,
so
they didn't.
I don't get how that was
fake people.
Who was drafted before?
Yeah,
and
but
after.
how was that?
I'd love to meet
a
those
protest.
Randy
now he's
Montgomery.
I think it was just I think it was to take the piss. Well, that's why it's a late pick. I think it was to take the piss out of the fact that this process is so long, and so stupid. I'll just throw you a.
Look how many Canadians got jobs.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's all Canadians. So the Wilf Paymont, one of the few guys, and look where he came from. Look at that. 1-2. St. Catharines Blackhawks, my hometown, bud.
There you go.
1 and 2.
There you go.
Wolf Paymont.
Haru Sugimoto. There it is. So go ahead and draft him and pretend in a professional sports league.
That's
That's
so cool.
crazy. So
That is a
someone
great way
bought
to fucking
an NHL franchise, and now
for faking.
Yeah.
And with that, Somerville's mind is blown. Hell, man, those are 3 solid periods, boys. I'm thinking, you know what? It's been a long time since we got to the bench, eh?
Oh, yeah.
We should probably do a little. We should probably kick some
All right.
OT, eh? All right. So, OT. If you're filling out a job application to take up a spot with any team in the NHL, what would be your top 3 roles you would want to be in? Langer touched on one for me. I would love to be a scout would be cool.
I could do that.
I would love to be a scout because I just think that would be such a fun
My job is to watch hockey.
My second job would probably be having something to do with the behind-the-scenes in-house management of a team. And the number one, I already said it. I want to be the guy in the hallway that they throw the gloves to, and I just catch the gloves and put them on the
guy
wall,
with the
right?
mustache.
Like that, because that dude's making it easily $100K a year, and all he has to do is catch gloves and put them on the fucking hand warmer. I'm sure he has other stuff to do too, but regardless, it would be fun. It would be fun. But that guy gets serious FaceTime. He gets serious FaceTime. Well, because everybody at home, like me and you and everybody, we're reading the names on the shirt. But you know that his whole family's like, there's my dad! There's Dad! Look, he's catching them all! Like,
Can I
you know
smell
what I mean?
your
That'd be
hands,
fun.
Dad?
And you're the only one in that situation that's actually facing the camera.
Yeah.
You know? Anyways. So, yeah. Those would be my 3. Summer, you got 3 chances to land a job with an NHL club. What are the 3 options you have? You'd be a great mascot. One day you should go undercover and just be Rusty. Because you would smash that shit out of the
Is that
park,
guy still
dude.
doing it? What was his name?
No, he's not.
Who was
still
that
doing
guy? I
it.
forgot his name.
Mikey?
No, was it Mike?
No, Cam.
Oh, yes.
Cam Rogers.
Cam Roger. What happened to him? Is he retired?
Is
he living in Rarotonga?
He got into the he got into the buffing trophy business, and then he retired from hockey altogether.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, he did. He was the original.
Oh, he's the OG. He's the OG Rusty. We got a new Rusty now. Demanded we needed to bring Rusty back. So we got Rusty back, and definitely a good quality guy. Can't reveal who it is, though.
No,
right? That's the mystery of the mascot.
Can't do that.
And he's really playing his role up in the fact that he's being very incognito. He's been doing costume changes and mingling with the crowd, and then going back and costume changing again. Something like Benji did, like how Benji went through 8 different costume changes last week. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to having some more guests on. Last week was a lot of fun. So your mascot, what else we got? So number 3 was your mascot.
Whoa, wasn't expecting that. Costumes for who?
I was gonna say he wants to be the costume designer for the Ice
Like, is this
Girl.
Hockey the Broadway play we're talking about here? Right. The Passionators.
So, but you want to design that costume? I was thinking that maybe you want to be the guy that opens the door for the ice shoveling.
What kind of
crew.
budget are you looking at for that job? Which,
I guess, you know,
like a skimpy?
maybe there wouldn't be much of a budget.
Well, I was going to say you
like,
probably. Well, there wouldn't be a whole lot you'd have to spend on material.
Okay.
No.
Your biggest expense would be the shovel, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the Mastercraft shovel from Canadian Tire.
That's right.
yeah. Or the rubbish bin that it
That's
goes
right.
in.
The Rubbermaid.
The Rubbermaid. Yeah.
The Rubbermaid bin. Should we get 150 liter or the 250?
Snap lid.
I don't know.
Snap
The
on
250,
lid.
not gonna do it. We're gonna stick with the 150. And the number one
We could run a
job
hockey
that
team.
Somerville wishes he could land, t-shirt gun guy.
Yeah, probably.
Just shoot some
I don't know.
12-year-olds
Honestly,
in the
probably
chest.
I'd love to give head coaching a try, man. I wouldn't mind giving that a go. That'd be cool.
Would you wear a hat?
No.
For a
I
second,
probably
I
wouldn't
thought you
wear-
said give head to the
Wear a
coach.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, that's gay.
Yeah. Only a little bit. Just a bit of head.
Just a little bit.
Head
yeah.
coach.
Just
Just to see how it feels.
It's
Just
in
a
it.
tip.
be a little
Just
gay.
a
It's
bit.
like saying your girl saying they're a little bit pregnant. I'm like, either you
That's
are or
right.
you aren't.
Yeah.
You can't be a little.
Well, it's just a little at this point.
And Langer, number 3 for you.
Well, I'm not going to overthink this because I've been trying to think about it. So, I'd like to do
Don't.
something where you're kind of around, like I used to love Paul Morris, who was the announcer at the old Maple Leaf Gardens, and he had the best voice. Didn't matter if it was the home or the away team. He had a very sort of static tone. Maple Leafs goal scored by number 93, Doug Gilmore. Assist by number 17, Wendell Clark. Like, and that was cool though because you never saw him, but you knew who he was. Commentary guy, like play-by-play guy, would be good. I couldn't do anything marketing and stuff like because I would just not try and not care. I'd be like, whatever.
I would say, like, when it comes to commentary, man, like, if you haven't, like, if anybody's listening to this show, if we have a couple of viewers, like, there is one piece of footage. we got a couple of viewers.
Hey, Wani.
But whoever's listening,
I love you, brother.
Wani's coming on next week too. We need to have him back. He was on the show.
He
We had
created
a
2
big fail,
accounts so
we
he
gotta
could
bring
like
him
it
back.
twice.
Yes. Oh my god, you got me sidetracked. I forgot.
You're
what I
talking
was
about announcers
there.
and guys that can do announcing. Be the play-by-play guy.
Yeah, no.
He forgets.
That's not
I
helping
said there
you
was
guys.
one guy that was. Just listen to it again and comment. I think equipment guy would be good because I'd want to know everything. Ray Ferraro told a great story the other day about like the olden days, about how I think it was in Hartford or the island where he walked into the dressing room and the equipment guy was mixing the Gatorade with his arm. And he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm mixing the Gatorade up."
Yummy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go clean the toilet. Now I'm gonna get back to clean the toilet. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Lovely.
I don't know. Yeah, play-by-play guy, equipment manager. I mean, if I was like super smart and like amazing, like something like team therapist or, like one of those professionals would be awesome.
Psychologist.
Dentist, doctor,
Yeah.
psychologist,
Yeah.
physical
Yeah.
trainer, nutritionist, all like one of those people. Because like that's a pretty sweet gig to say that you're a professional somebody for a professional sports team.
The rehab guy.
Remember the Saturday Night Live skit where it was this guy staring in the mirror? He's like, "You,
Stuart Small?
a wonderful
Smalley?
person." Stuart Small.
Yeah.
Wait, is that his? Yeah.
Smalley,
Smalley.
you're smart,
Yeah.
good looking, and people
You're
like
smart.
me.
You're wonderful. people like you.
The
people like Stuart
me.
Daily Affirmations with Stuart Smalley. That was the segment.
That's it.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, it was Al
And it was Al
Franken,
Franken.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of the writers.
Yeah. Well,
that's
here we
who
are
I
as
would
we
be.
approach 120 minutes. So
Really?
that's it.
That would be awesome.
Stuart Smalley, you want
Yeah.
to be that guy?
For a sports therapist.
Isn't that like the love guru for the team?
Yeah.
So,
I could
you want to
dub
be the
as that
love
as well.
guru is pretty much.
But if you could you could probably convince a guy like John Spanham, like, you really need like a hypnotist, or you really need like some obscure you need like an oracle.
That's
You know,
right.
like you need
Yes.
something that's like, yeah, we need that. We need that, and then you're in. So just make it up.
Well, let's put our mind together. Viewers,
Tony
Wani,
Robbins.
2 of you. Yeah, Tony
Yeah,
Robbins.
Wani and Wani. So you need to do.
You need to put your minds to work
Wani and
here.
Wani.
Yeah.
No, Miz is listening too, man.
Can
You
we
can't
get
leave Miz out.
can we
Yeah.
get Tony
The
Robbins
trifecta.
to
The other 47 views were us three.
That's right.
Some are trying to go to sleep.
13
every
different computers.
That's right. Smile on my face.
Oh my goodness! I need to show you guys this John Spano. He is something
We'll
else.
check it out.
Now
Give
that
us some
we
homework.
brought him up one more time. Now that you brought him up one more time, look at this dude. You can't even believe that he is who he is. It's
This is the
ridiculous.
fake GM dude?
Yes, dude. I'm telling you, he's the big shot. He is the big shot.
Jones? I've never heard this before. Con who
John
tried to
Spano, the
buy.
con who tried
Gets
to buy
10
the
years.
Islanders, gets 10 years for forgery.
How do you get away with it?
Wow.
Oh, it's unbelievable, man.
You ride in the right circles so
So
people
Banks
stop
agree-
asking questions. Yeah.
Banks agreed to loan him $80 million with Spano paying the balance. So he bought the Islanders for $165 million, and the bank loaned him the 80 down payment. So he paid the $80 million to shut Bettman up, and it took him he
An FBI
when he failed to provide it-
investigation ensued. He pleaded guilty. I'm guilty.
No contest.
Guilty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guilty.
unbelievable
Okay, I'm gonna
though.
check that out.
Like such a crazy story.
Wow.
Such a crazy story.
So just to ride on the coattails
John
of that.
Spano.
So I remember when Charles Wang came in. You passed away not too long ago. One of the things
Chucky
he wanted
Wang.
to do was send scouts to Japan to get a sumo wrestler to be a goalie. Okay, so I found this the other day. It's called Sports Science, a sumo goalie. You can find it on YouTube. So here, this is what caught my attention. The little blurb says Sports Science pits NHL sharpshooter George Peros. Okay, wait, hold on. NHL sharpshooter
Sorry.
George Peros
I know,
against
that's
a
why I
sumo
laughed.
goalie. Read more about amazing athletic feats. So I'm not going to. I'll tell you right now. The goalie has the pads on the wrong legs. And NHL sharpshooter George Peros. Okay, so you want to check that out.
Who has the same shooting percentage as Benji Poppin in Men's
Credibility went right in the toilet. Exactly. Immediately.
35 goals, 12 games.
Yeah, that was a good story.
All right, here we go. So I think we're gonna wrap it up. We're wrapping up overtime. Lang is reaching for the guitar.
Yeah.
We're gonna be played out here. It's been another hell of a ride here on the Pine. We are with you. Please click subscribe. Come check us out each week. We are gonna drop at least one episode every week till you tell us not to. We are the Fourth Line, Punchy, Langer, and Summertime, and we are gone.
'Cause we're riding the pine, and now the chronicles of the Fourth Line. We're just sitting here talking about gay jobs we had at one time, and cool jobs we'd have as well. But until then, we're riding the pine, Punchy, Langer, and Summertime. There you go. Just a show. It wasn't gay, was it?